Super Mario Odyssey came out, let's see, 274 days ago, and it was the return a lot of longtime Mario fans were looking for, to the style of the early 3D games. The levels became worlds again, and the flagpoles turned back into random space-themed collectibles. It was the dream of so many fans of the 3D Mario games for there to be a return to this style of open objectives that Mario originally used in Super Mario 64. And the game lived up to those expectations, receiving mountains of praise and generally just being considered the hip-hopinest Mario game in years. Very few people complained about this transition from more of a pure platformer back to more of an adventure game. But is this new direction for 3D Mario the direction of the future, or will we go back to seeing more linear games? Will it alternate back and forth? Will they exhaust one system and then go back to the other system to keep people happy forever? Will 3D Mario die out because nobody will care about Mario in 2 years? Wow, that's a lot to go over. Hello all 415 of you, I'm Redkwan, and our Sandbox Mario's the future. Of course, with Nintendo, you can never completely rule anything out, but I think we can pretty much rule out a complete return to the style of, say, Super Mario 3D World. Personally, I thought 3D World was a terrific game, and I was fine with that being the only 3D Mario on the Wii U, but a lot of others, they weren't too fond of the thing. It wasn't the kind of full-on adventure so many people were hoping for, and I think Nintendo probably realized that that exclusively wasn't the best solution for the future. People wanted something more in the style of the old games, or at least the style of the Galaxy games on each console. I don't think a repeat of the Wii U is the future, especially after everyone went crazy for Odyssey. So that sort of leaves two options, either to have exclusively an open style of game, or to do one of each. And I know what you're thinking. Redkwan, do you really think Nintendo can make 2 3D Mario games just because? It's not like they're monkey space. And while I don't know what you're talking about with the whole monkey space thing, I do definitely think there are ways it could happen. But let's first look at what would go down if they decided to continue to make an open 3D Mario and nothing else. If Nintendo decided to go this route, it would make a good amount of sense. People loved Super Mario Odyssey, and after such a long break, I think it'll be a long time before people get bored of this style of Mario again. Maybe they won't ever. And after the last game, I think most Mario fans are on board with this being the way forward. But there are still some that like the other style of Mario games a lot too. I do think they're a lot of fun. I want both, because I'm selfish and greedy, and I think there actually is a pretty good solution that would allow us to get both styles on each console. Now Redkwan, you say, how does this stupid and probably flawed plan of yours work? Well, hypothetical viewer who's getting a little too real, I think the solution is actually fairly easy to manage. There are only so many Mario games Nintendo can put out, and they usually stick to one 3D Mario on a system and one 2D Mario on a system, which has been in the form of the new Super Mario Bros. Series as of late. But everyone seems to feel like the new Super Mario Bros. Series has gotten a little bit old and stale recently, and are ready for a break from that. And if Nintendo took a break from doing the more linear style 2D games, they could in theory replace it with one of the more linear style 3D games, giving both the level style Mario fans and the adventure style Mario fans what they want. Of course, it would probably still upset some of the people if there wasn't any 2D Mario to play on a system, seeing as those are really popular a lot of the time, but I think that Super Mario Maker, which was a huge hit and is a very good candidate for an entry on the Switch, might be able to fill that need. It might still make some people wish for a more professionally level designed game, but maybe Nintendo could just add a few short world game thing into Super Mario Maker and call it good. Or not, it would probably sell well either way, but I think this could work. Everyone gets what they want. The fans of the games like Super Mario 64, Sunshine and Odyssey all get to play a big expansive exploration Mario game. The people who like the Galaxy games and the 3D location games can get one of those to play. And the people who like 2D Mario can have the linear level design and either take the 2D-ness of Super Mario Maker or the professionally designed courses and the progression system of the 3D game. I think this is probably the best option, to be honest. Will this option, I clearly think is pretty groovy, actually be the one Nintendo will take? That's pretty hard to say. I don't think anything we think will happen will end up happening with Nintendo, but I do think it definitely has some benefits. For one, it pleases a huge range of Mario fans. Maybe not quite all the 2D players, but enough to where it's a good option. And it might actually end up encouraging people who were only ever fans of the 2D games to become fans of the 3D games as well, which was always something Nintendo had trouble doing completely. I mean, Odyssey sold really well, but there are still some people out there who only really buy the 2D games. I could definitely see Nintendo continuing with only the Sandbox Marios because people seem to love them, and Odyssey sold about as well as it could have, and that isn't necessarily a bad option. But I think that possibly the best future direction for 3D Mario is to put out a Sandbox style game and a more linear 3D game in replacement of a 2D game, with Mario Maker filling that hole. Or maybe they'll go all in with the Sandbox Mario thing.
Let's go wherever you want to go.
Well, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think Sandbox Marios are the best future path for 3D Mario games? Or do you think some form or another would work out better? Hopefully not that Minecraft thing though. Anyways, I'm Redkwan, thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all later. Goodbye.